Max Verstappen or not. And that young lad, I'm sorry, it just breaks my heart every time you see him.
He's mad, Kimi Räikkönen.
That though is sensational. From tears to massive smiles.
It really was. Actually, that was the point I was going to pick up on. Toto joins us now. Some are down to the drivers, some wins you put purely down to them, but it really was a good team effort today.
Yeah, it was a good team effort. I wouldn't forget Valtteri in the equation as well. His race was pretty much gone after the contact in turn one, and he played a part in it.
But it wasn't, to be honest, it wasn't about Valtteri today, was it? I mean, it was the two big hitters up front, not only the teams, Ferrari versus Mercedes, but these two great drivers. And we were sitting there, our commentators were Martin and David, were all trying to work out what the strategy call is. And you got, Lewis maybe making some early calls saying, what strategy are we going to go for? And were you pushing Ferrari into making an early pit stop by pretending you were going to go for an early pit stop yourself, or what?
They knew that there was the risk of an undercut from our side. Because we managed to stay very close, which is good in terms of pace, and they needed to go for the first window because we would have probably taken it that lap. The only risk for them was Ricciardo on track, which they needed to overtake, and at that moment when he passed him pretty quickly, it was clear we needed to go long.
Heavily upgraded car, Toto, coming into this, as it is for much of the pit lane. Are you happy with the way that it's worked out? Obviously, you've secured the win now. Did you think you might be a little further ahead than Ferrari?
I think it's going to be a development race throughout the season, and every little step you do is good, and I think we made a good step. The car was good in the race, was good in following Sebastian, which was a bit of a deficit we had, and overall I'm very happy how the car is.
Does it mean now you've got basically a number one? I mean, we were talking about Valtteri's one in Sochi, but now it's starting to shape up that you're going to have to go with your lead driver. I mean, is Lewis the lead driver in Mercedes?
At the moment, he's quite a large chunk ahead in terms of the Drivers' Championship, but we are in race number 5 and there is 14 to go. And as a team, we have never made that call and we have never made it that early. So we are going to continue to work like we do.
So you're going to have to make this call at some point, though, aren't you? Now, I mean, it's 35 points is the gap between the pair of them. We said that when we talked to you about this post-China, I think it was, that you thought it might happen organically. It seems to be doing that right now.
Yeah, let's see how it pans out over the next couple of races.
Okay, we appreciate your time, as always, Toto.
Welcome back to the Circuit de Catalunya at Barcelona, where we've seen Lewis Hamilton win from Sebastian Vettel and Daniel Ricciardo. But arguably the star of the day, apart from the little boy who was crying in the grandstand and got a special VIP trip to meet Kimi Räikkönen, was Pascal Wehrlein, even with a 5-second penalty for committing to the pit lane late in his fight with Nico Hülkenberg. He brought home valuable points for Sauber. But on the notebook, a little bit later, we'll be telling you also about a record. Which team in Formula One do you think holds the record for finishing with both cars in the points in every race so far? Mercedes, you think? Ferrari? Well, obviously, it's not Mercedes, is it? Because Bottas was out. So we'll tell you which team that is. But let's just see if we can grab a quick word with Manisha Kaltenborn, who obviously was a happy person today, because what a strategy that was. And a monster first stint for Pascal Wehrlein, through and then took advantage of the virtual safety car and brought it home, even with a penalty.
Absolutely. We knew it's a risky strategy, but our strategists did a very good job, spotting the things, right time. You need the drivers for that too, to implement that. So very, very good result for us.
And well-deserved for Pascal as well, because after, of course, starting the season, well, not starting to the season, after missing with the injury the first couple of races, a show of his character, actually, to come back so strongly.
Yeah, absolutely. He had to take so much of criticism for what happened, partly very unfair, and then a lot of criticism coming out was his performance. We know a lot of it was on the car, of course, but he just, I think, showed everyone today what he's capable of.
Okay, Manisha, thank you very much. We'll leave you to the Prosecco, or is it champagne?
No, of course, no alcohol. No way.
No, of course. That's somebody else's. I think that's not yours. That's not yours.
Yes.
That's theirs. Okay. Well, listen, you deserve one anyway. But congratulations. Let's hear from Valtteri Bottas.
Well, Valtteri, bad luck. I mean, it's hugely disappointing for you. Did you go into the race knowing that, almost feeling tentative because you knew that the engine had done 4 races already?
No, I mean, I was feeling good today and going. I didn't think about it at all, to be honest. The problem was in the beginning of the stint, just didn't have enough pace, so we actually changed the strategy. We tried to go for one stop, and I think it could have paid off today without two guys in front, Lewis and Seb, they got nearly a free pit stop with a virtual safety car. So, but yeah, I mean, in the end, it was unlucky with the engine. We thought it could do one more race, but it seems like it couldn't take it anymore.
Tell us about the incident with Max and Kimi.
So I was on the inside for turn one. Kimi came from the outside and he tried to overtake me from there, and I tried to carry speed. For sure, and we didn't collide on purpose. So it's a shame that we collided, and I think the race ended up there. So I think that was very, very unlucky for those guys. It was just a small touch, really.
And what about keeping Vettel at bay? You did a great job for the team there for Lewis.
Yeah, I was trying to do everything I can. I knew I didn't have enough pace at that point, and also that we were on the different strategy, so I tried to do my part.
Hard luck today. See you in Monaco.
Thanks.
Well, it's such a massive anticlimax for you, given what happened here last year. Just talk us through the incident. No further actions being taken by the stewards, but what are your thoughts on it?
It's just unfortunate. I tried around the outside, and I think as long Valtteri didn't touch Kimi, then everything was fine. We could have given each other space, but unfortunately, Valtteri touched Kimi, and of course then Kimi, he couldn't control the car, and then he just slammed into me.
Now, your teammate's currently running in third. You haven't quite seen the pace that you guys anticipated in the race so far, although he has recently put in the fastest lap. So what does it feel like in terms of performance for the car going into Monaco?
I mean, there is also no pressure for Daniel, so he can cruise around. I think we can be close.
So you're looking forward to Monaco then?
Yeah, for sure.
Bad luck today.
No doubt about team of the day, though, and it's the two gentlemen standing next to me, Esteban Ocon and Sergio Perez, 4th and 5th. Guys, that was a great haul today, Sergio.
Yeah, it's been an incredible day for us. Plenty of points. Our main rivals didn't score many today, so yeah, it's been an incredible day. We were there to take the opportunities that the others left on the table.
I just watch you guys watching the rerun with the analysis of the race with Anthony there, and of course you're not involved in any of those crashes, and you make it through the finish. And what a great day! Does the team sit you all down and say, "Listen, guys, stay out of trouble, and we'll be fine"?
It's not an easy thing to say, but that's a great thing. We're always consistent there in performance, but also maximizing the result all the time. We're always taking just the maximum we can at each race, and that's really good. We stay out of trouble. The car is reliable, which is not an easy thing in total to do, and that's what we are doing it at the moment.
It's amazing. You've scored in every one of your races this year since you've joined Force India, and you're on a scoring run of 15 straight right now. What is the secret? Why is it going so well down there? It just seems to be a really good all-round car.
I think the team does a fantastic job, to be 15 consecutive times from the position that we normally are, because during those 15 races, there have been races where we simply didn't have the pace to go into the points. We had strategy issues whatsoever. And the team always managed to put us in a great position, and I think the consistency of the team, it's a lot of credit to them, but also to stay out of trouble, that's really key.
Dave, just have a quick look at the points there. You're now only 19 points behind Red Bull.
That's quite good, is it?
Well, hey, look, Vijay said, didn't he, at the start of the season, third, yeah, we want third. Do you guys begin to believe that it's possible?
Well, it is a hard target, we're not in performance-wise at the level of Red Bull, but if we are consistently scoring points like this and they are doing mistakes, it can happen. We never know.
Are you on a constructors points bonus? If you're not, you should be.
Good idea, yes.
But I mean, in the past, obviously, with you guys, we saw a B-spec car coming in last year, and you were able to develop up to the end of the season. How's that going to play out? Now you're in the position that you're in. Do you think everything's going to be thrown at it?
Well, I think the team is doing a fantastic job. We're trying with the resources we have. We obviously still a very small team. With not big resources, and it's hard for us to develop as much as the big teams, but yeah, hopefully once again, when the team is driven by heart, and hopefully we can keep the momentum going, and as Esteban said, you never know what can happen if the other teams keep doing mistakes, keep having issues. We have to be there to take any opportunity.
What do you put it down to? Is there any particular talent that the team has? I mean, is it? I mean, how are you getting on with your new teammate as well? Is any issues there? Is he difficult? Has he been cheeky? What's he been like?
No, to be honest, I think we're working well together. I think as a team we're pushing it forward, and that's really important. You know, I think that's key for a team. You know, to have two strong teammates that pushes each other, and that's the only way you get the maximum out of the car. You know, and it's how you develop your car, and I think that's been really key in the past years with Hülkenberg as well. It was really close, and with Esteban, he's getting closer every time.
You're a good driver coach, then, are you?
I don't think he needs a driver coach anymore.
I mean, have you surprised yourself, though, Esteban? Did you think in your wildest dreams you were going to be able to step into this team and score as you have done so heavily early on?
Well, that was my target, you know, and I always score myself some high goals, you know, before the season. And, you know, the team is helping me massively to develop as a driver. And each time I go in the car and I take some mileage and some experience, I feel easier, you know. Where I'm working all the time, going back to Silverstone at the base, doing some simulator, debriefing. I think work is key, you know, when you have a lack of experience like me. And this weekend I'm really happy with the step I've made. Still there is some mistakes. But you know, when they will be gone and when, you know, I will put everything together, the performance will be high.
But satisfied that you guys are on an equal footing, you're being allowed to race. There's no number one, no number two. Obviously, you're the more experienced driver, Sergio, but they've said, yeah, just go for your life.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. Appreciate your time, guys. We really do. In the meantime, let's go to the press conference, written press conference. Hamilton and Vettel have just exchanged a few words.
Yeah, I mean, the first stint, I think, was able to manage my tyres and stay relatively close, and then the second stint was a little bit difficult to keep up the pace with him with the medium tyre, and then at the end came out so close together, which very, very close into turn one. I gave you space, otherwise we would have touched.
I gave you space too.
Yeah, not really, but definitely didn't give you much space. But it was, you know, it was close. It was cool.
It's still here. So.
Yeah, just.
Lewis, congratulations, 55th career win. You were told to sort of bide your time, you'd have options at the end there. How much pressure was there to make that move just when the tyre temperature was right, and how concerned were you that the softs might not hold out to the end?
It was all about biding the right time today, and timing was everything. Obviously, the beginning of the race was very tough, having fallen back to P2. And this is such a hard race in these hot conditions. It's such a hard race to win from second because often you can't follow, tires overheat, and so it's generally a, you know, you're following a train, you know. But it felt amazing to be able to stay within a couple of seconds at the beginning and actually be in a real fight. At the end, they said I got 20, you know, once I had pushed, taken a lot of life out of the tires, they said I got 26 laps left. And I'm like, geez, I struggled to do the 18, whatever it was I did on the first stint. So I was like, this is going to be a real push. I think maybe I can pull away now, but later on he's going to catch me. So I really had to nurse those tires at the end so that every time he reacted and pulled out, you know, a quick time, pulled the gap down, I could react. So, you know, it's super. I can't tell you how happy I am. I'm super grateful for everyone, as I mentioned before, at the factory. Valtteri was a great team player today, and I'm really unfortunate that we lost an engine. I don't know if it's an engine, I think it is, but great team contribution there really did help convert this tough weekend into a win.
Just how tough physically was it? Because did it feel different to you today?
I mean, the cars are a lot more physical, and the thing is, there's different races. You know, we've got a lot of races we do are strategic, and when you have to not use your energy and save the tire and save the fuel and to make the tire go the distance. And sometimes you have the balance where you can push harder. I don't remember having a race like this for a long time where I was able to be on the limit as hard as I was and stay within a battle. It's been a long, long, long time. So I used up a lot of energy, you know, and I'm looking forward to laying down after this. Because, yeah, and that's how it should be. You know, you should feel physically depleted at the end. I think when I came in, I have enough energy to get out. I'm not going to collapse or anything. But then when I jumped onto my team, my heart rate went through the roof, and then I got to the top of the stairs, and I was really struggling for a second to catch my breath, because the emotions and I've been racing for 24, 25 years, and it feels like the first win. So.
Fantastic, thank you. Well, Seb, you had a great start to the race and did incredibly well to hold Lewis off on those slower mediums, but ultimately not enough to prevent him from passing in the end. Was the race won and lost on strategy today?
I don't know. Maybe you could turn it that way, but I think we did the right thing with strategy. Maybe there's a couple of things we could have done better, but our tyre choice, I think, was the right one. Obviously, Lewis sits behind. He has nothing to lose. There's no threat from behind, so he might as well try to mirror the strategy from the first stop onwards, which is what he did, to try and somehow come back in the end. And that's what happened. So obviously, when he was really close with the tyre still fresh, it was close. I managed to hold him off, and I was sure that we can keep it that way. But his tyres didn't seem to drop. He wasn't really struggling, and he had no issues following in the last sector, and was very close then, and just drove him around the outside. So that's obviously a bit harsh, because I think in terms of pace it was very similar.
It seems to be a huge amount of respect between you guys. In the presser, it was actually sounded very relaxed. Are you relishing this battle that's really building momentum with Lewis as much as the fans are?
I don't know. I'm here to race. That's what I enjoy. I mean, off track, I don't see a reason why you can't have a generally good time. I mean, we're not best friends, but I think we're very different as well. But I think we have, a very strong connection. We both love racing. I think we all do, sitting on the grid. That's what should connect us. So, yeah, on track, for sure. I didn't want him to win today. I wanted to be on top. It didn't work. Rest assured, I'm not happy with that. But at the same point, you have to respect if other people do a good job, and he drove a good race. He obviously managed to come back at the end and pass us on the track, so nothing to moan about.
Well done today. Thanks a lot.
Well, undoubtedly, the star of the race has to be this little boy. This is his parents. Sorry, what's your name, sir?
Jordan.
And what's your son's name?
Thomas.
Thomas. And
my wife.
And hello, madam. What's your name? Sorry?
Coralie.
Hi. And
French. We are French.
No, indeed. And tell me, how long has your son been a Kimi fan?
Kimi fan
yes.
Since
a long year.
2-3 years. Yes.
Okay. And so he saw when
I'm fine on Scuderia Ferrari. My cat name is Shumi.
Your cat's name is Shumi.
Yes. Okay.
And
I like this, and my patient takes the patient for my friend. For my your son. In the room it's Ferrari.
And immediately when Kimi went out, we saw he was so upset.
Yes. C'était triste, Thomas, quand Kimi il a perdu?
Oui, c'était triste. Très triste.
T'as pleuré?
Oui, j'ai pleuré.
Thomas, regarde la truc. T'as pleuré?
Oui, j'ai pleuré pour de vrai.
Thomas,
pour de vrai.
Regarde la caméra et frotte-toi les yeux.
Oui, et vous aimez Kimi beaucoup?
Oui, j'aime bien Kimi.
Je l'adore.
Tu peux compter sur lui.
This is great. I'll let Thomas take the mic. Thomas, this is fantastic. And tell me, who was it? Was it somebody from Ferrari who came and said you could come over?
Special.
Yes.
Yes.
Je sais pas quoi dire alors. Je sais pas quoi dire.
Et Thomas, c'était bien à Ferrari de rencontrer avec Kimi?
C'était cool.
Oui, c'était cool. Très génial.
Regarde la télé. Tu lui as fait un bisou?
Oui.
Il fait kiss Kimi. Il kiss Kimi.
C'était trop bien. Alors là, si vous voulez, alors là, il faut que
j'aille voir les garages.
Oui. Il faut qu'on y aille voir les garages. Alors, j'espère qu'on se reverra un jour.
Brilliant. Thomas, merci beaucoup. I'm so glad that it ended up as a nice day for you. And Thomas, vous êtes l'étoile du Grand Prix. You're the star of the Grand Prix today. You're the star of the race. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye, ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
À bientôt.
À bientôt. J'espère que vous allez bien et à bientôt.
What a star.
For the event this weekend, I mean, you didn't maybe get the result today, but yesterday must be a big plus for you.
Yeah, it was. I think the weekend in general was positive for us. We did finish the race, unfortunately not in the points, but hopefully we make a step forward on reliability. And yesterday the lap was good, and we had some good moments. So yeah, hopefully this is the first step on our new championship, let's say.
Any nerves about thinking about maybe winning something? Is it beginning to feel exciting now that you fly off there?
No, not yet. I think now tired from this race, and now more thinking how to rest in the plane, because at 9 o'clock I need to be in the circuit in Indianapolis tomorrow morning. So now all the focus is on planning and logistics.
Good luck. Thank you.
Well, congratulations. It's great to see you back on the podium. It's got to be tempered with the fact that there was such a big pace deficit. How do you explain that?
Yeah, I'm aware of the gap to the leaders today. I think they lapped up to 4th place. Was it? I think they lapped Perez behind me, so I was the next guy. I was the next victim. But I was wondering if they lap me and then take each other out, do I win the race but get lapped? How does that work? But to be honest, right now, I'm aware of still our deficit, but right now I'm just trying to soak up the podium. And obviously Valtteri had mechanical problems, I believe, and we were 4th and got, let's say, promoted to 3rd, but Honey Badger will take what he can get, so I'm happy.
How concerned were you that the softs wouldn't hold out at the end?
When I first pitted, I think I had about 28 laps or something on him from memory. It was quite a long stint, so I pushed at the beginning, then tried to manage it, and then pushed a bit at the end. So they held up well. They were okay, but we just weren't as fast as Seven and Lewis. They were very strong.
Monaco up next. It's a completely different proposition. How keen are you to make amends for last year, and how possible could that be at a street circuit like Monaco?
Yeah, I'm about as keen as a 24-pack of mustard. Juicy goodness. Just beyond the mustard and all that juiciness, I'm excited to get back there. I'm excited. Just, I'm aware we probably don't have the package that we had last year, but I'm still excited to rag the hell out of that car around those streets and remind people of my abilities. So it's cool. We'll see.
Well done. See you in Monaco.
Thanks. Good to be back.
It's great to be back. Well, Pascal, to go from 15th to 8th to score the team's first points of the season, many are calling you the driver of the day. You must be absolutely delighted.
Yeah, I am. So, really great race. I couldn't be more happy with this race, really. So, the strategy worked out perfectly. And, at the end, Sainz put a lot of pressure and he tried many times, but it was so important to keep him behind and then to make a gap to the other guys behind him, because I got a 5 seconds penalty. In the end, I just tried to make a bigger gap. Every lap was like qualifying, and the first part of the race, the most important thing is to manage the tires, but still be quick. And overall, a great race, great job from the team, and really happy.
We're only 5 races in, and you've had a roller coaster of a season so far. Was there a time when you didn't even think you would be driving in Formula One this year?
No, there wasn't, because it was clear that it's just a matter of time until I'm coming back. So the team has been great to me and gave me all the time I needed. And I missed 2 races, but that's how it is. And I missed winter testing, so in terms of preparation, it was not perfect to start the season like this. But I think we are making the most out of it.
Well, you have repaid their faith in you, so well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, to go from P20 in what you called an undrivable car yesterday to P9 today, you must be absolutely delighted.
Yeah, I'm not delighted. I'm first of all proud of myself and my engineers. We didn't give up. We had a great strategy. I have to analyze what happened yesterday. Cannot allow qualifying like this to happen anymore, but the pace was just fantastic today, and the race overtaking on the track where it's almost impossible to overtake. I'm very, very happy.
How much of a physical challenge was it out there with the wind and the heat, and as you say, a track that's very hard to overtake on?
I think I had Ferrari or Mercedes, it wouldn't be so hard race. No, actually they had a close one, no? So everyone has to push. So yeah, because I had to push like in qualifying every lap. This was a tough race, yeah.
Well done, you deserve it. Fantastic.